Friends, and welcome to edupediaworld.com, your destination to online education. Friends, in the last few sessions we learned about the structure of atom from the theories to discoveries, from discoveries to the arrangement of electrons in an atom by Bohr's atomic model. Today I am going to start with a very new and a very related topic, which is Octet Rule. What is octet? Octet means 8. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is rule of 8. So let's start with the new session. But before, let me give you a quick review on the last session. That is, the electron in the outermost shell is called valence electron. Valence electron takes part in the chemical reaction to form molecules. Same number of valence electron of different elements possesses same chemical properties and vice versa. So let me start the new topic, that is Octet Rule. I shall give you a quick brief about this topic, a quick understanding by a rough work. So friends, what is octet? Octet means 8 and Octet Rule means rule of 8. So friends, in last few sessions we learned about the arrangement of electrons by the Bohr's atomic model, that this is a K shell with the 2 electrons, this is L shell with the 8 electrons. This is basically the structure of atom according to Bohr's atomic model. These are the shells, that is energy shells, or say energy levels, right? This is a K1, this is L, and according to Bose-Bury scheme, every shell has a maximum capacity to keep electrons, that is K have the 2 electrons capacity, L have the 8 electron capacity, M have the 18 electron capacity, N with the 32 electron capacity, right? So what is Octet Rule? Bose-Bury scheme have one more postulate. It says that the outermost shell of chemically stable atom can accommodate a maximum of 8 electrons. That is, if element is 8 electrons in the outermost shell, it is chemically stable, right? Though friends, about the valence electron, learned that there are 3 types of elements. One which loses electron, we call it cations. One which gains electron, we call it anions. And one which do not react, that is, don't lose or gain electron, are called inert, right? That is, why do they lose and gain electrons? First reason, to be stable. And how will be they stable? By making 8 electrons in the outermost shell, right? So this is actually the concept of 8. The conclusion says is when an element has 8 electrons in the outermost shell, the element is chemically inert, or you can say chemically stable, right? So let me give you an example now. See, in the periodic table, they are in the last 8 group. They are called inert gases, or you can also say then they are the rare gases or the noble gases. Why? Because their outermost shell has 8 electrons. So this arrangement of electrons is called octet. And to make element or compound, what is compound? It is a combination of 2 or more elements. So to make element or compound stable, the outermost shell should be with 8 electrons, right? So I'll give you one example. Let's take an example of neon. So what is the atomic number of neon? It's 10. So what is the electronic configuration? It's 2, 8. That is Kl, right? So both the shells have been filled completely, and the second shell having the 8 electrons, right? So this is actually the most stable element. We also call it inert, noble, or rare. These elements are actually chemically stable, chemically inert, you can say. So I hope you have the brief idea about the octet rule. Let's understand this by the tables. You just have to look and understand this table. We have seen this table in the last session. This is a Lewis period table used to demonstrate all these elements with the valence electron. You can see here in this group there's only one electron, 7 are left, so it's not a stable. So they actually make a chemical reaction, right? Once you move from 1 to 8, the chemical reaction, the ability to react chemically goes very down. So here you can see in 8 group all these elements having the 8 electrons in the outermost shell. So they are actually chemically inert. They don't react actually, right? Friends, let me make you understand about the whole concept with the respect to elements, that is metal, non-metal and inert gases. Here we have elements under which we have the subcategories: metals, non-metals and the noble gases. What about the valence electrons of these three categories? It is 1, 2 and 3. Here it is 4, 5 and 6, 7. Here it is 8, right? What is the characteristics of metal? It always loses electron from the outermost shell to make the element more stable. What about the non-metal? It always gains electron from the outermost shell of the other element. So basically it is called a cation, and it always carries a positive charge on them, and it is called an anion. It carries always negative charge on them to make the element more stable. What about the noble gases? Noble gases neither lose or gain electron from the outermost shell. So they are basically chemically inert. And if I take the example, let's take an example of metal, sodium. 281 is the electronic configuration. It have the tendency to lose electron to make the element more stable. So here it is an ion into the ion form with the stable electronic configuration. Here if I take the non-metal, chlorine be the non-metal with the electronic configuration 287. It always tries to gain the electron from the outermost shell of the other element to make the element more stable. So here you see, after the gaining and losing, the outermost shell of the element has the 8 with them. That is, it applies the octet rule, the stability rule. Now if I see the example of noble gases, let me take an example of krypton. Krypton with the atomic number 36, and the electronic configuration is 2, 8, 18 and 8. So here you can see 8, that is the stability rule applies on this. The octet rule applies on this. So from this explanation, I end up with this session. Now friends, it's your time to do an activity. I have just given you two questions, two very simple questions. If you have actually gone through this video with a very good effects, you'll be able to understand it more properly. So first question says, what are the inert elements? Why do they exist as a monoatom in molecule? Second says, element A, B, C have atomic number 9, 20 and 10 respectively. You just need to tell me about which one is metal, non-metal and chemically inert, right? So in next session, we are going to study isotopes. Thank you for this session. Thank you, friends.